Hello everyone. Week 3 assignment 2 was an assignment in a speech for persuasion. What I would like to talk about is whether or not a college degree is worthwhile. I've seen a lot of things on social media recently about how getting a college degree and the debt that is associated with trying to attain a degree is not worth it. I would like to go into a few reasons as why I think that it is worth it. Number one being the old timers, like my father and his generation, always have said that when you complete something, that it shows responsibility. So I would like to throw out first that maybe completing a degree shows an employer that you can start something and finish it. One of the most important things that I found when doing research is that in the United States, we as college students come out of college owing $1.43 trillion in debt. And that's broke down between graduate students and such. And right at half of that, or 40% of that, is for higher education, master's degree, doctorate degrees, things like that. So I think just the basic 4-year degree broken down isn't that quite that bad. I think a lot of the higher educations, the bigger universities, most of this debt, at least 40% of it, can be attributed to a higher education in that sense. A lot of things I've been reading too also state that there's no jobs when you come out of college. I think there for a little while after 2008, we had a little bit of a recession, and there for a little while maybe the market was down, the economy was down, so jobs weren't as available, and there were a few graduates coming out that were underemployed, working at Starbucks, making coffee, Home Depot, whatever, because they needed something to feed their families, feed themselves, make the car payment, and try to make their payment on their student loans, which I think the last thing I read on that is that most student payments on average are $300 to $350 a month. That too included that 50%, 40 to 50% of higher education. $37,000 is usually the average of what students have in debt when they come out of college. The high scale on that was close to $100,000, and I don't think that any of us at MACU are going to quite have that, even with master's degrees. So on the high end of paying $700-800 a month, if you have a doctorate degree and you can't find a job as a doctor, yes, you're going to have some problems paying that student loan. It might be in default there for a little while, but for the most of us, I don't think that applies. I saw a lot of reasonings as to why to go to college too. There was in my research, it shows that it fuels us as individuals to accomplish something. It fuels us as individuals to know that we have made a difference. The lifelong relationships that have been forged out of going to school after high school. There's even a section where somebody says that up to 20 to 25% of individuals that go to school may even meet their significant other. And I found that very fascinating, because for somebody to go to school for something and then end up coming out of it with a lifelong partner that they're married to forever, you can't replace that, and no monetary amount could even come close to starting a family and living the rest of your life with somebody. So all in all, I think when it comes to school and it comes to being able to provide for ourselves, obviously employers look for a college education. I specifically am going back to school so that I can attain a specific job that's waiting on me in a year and a half or so, a year when I finally get my degree. I will be a parole officer, and that requires a 4-year degree. There's no like, we'll take experience in place of it. I could be a correctional officer for 25 years and I still can't be a parole officer because they want a 4-year degree. that job will be there. I'm not worried about not having a job when I get out. Most college students coming out of high school may not be in that same position, but I think the benefits far outweigh the student loan. Some companies even help repay that back. You work for them for 5, 7 years, and they'll pay it off. You can always refinance. You can pay your house down and refinance some of it into your house. There's ways to get by it, and I think going to school and having a college education far outweighs any negative hype that you're reading on social media or that somebody might be whispering in your ear that it's not worth it. Thank you so much.